What's good? This is JVB representing SPD, and that is sportsperdim.com. Don't look now, but the Chicago Bears have won 3 consecutive games. Last night they defeated the Dallas Cowboys 31-24, and the game wasn't even that close. At first, the Dallas Cowboys got the ball, and they had a long-ass drive, the longest drive of the season, 17 plays. It took nearly 9 minutes, I believe, 8-9 minutes. And they capped it off with Zeke running it in for a touchdown. So Dallas came out strong. 7-0. They dominated the ball. They dominated the Bears' defense. So for me, I was like, oh, here we go again. Another long game, another disappointing game. Prime time at home. Let's not do this again. But I want to give a shout out to the whole Bears team. I know the Bears gave up 24 points last night, but besides that, this Bears defense did a very solid job against this Dallas offense, which is statistically one of the best offenses in the league. But the Bears did what they had to do. Like I said, Dak threw for over 300 yards, but the Bears kept this Dallas passing offense pretty quiet the whole game. They picked up a lot of yardage when the Bears were running the soft coverage out there, the two-deep zone, which I hate. But they posted some nice little numbers, Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott, Amari Cooper, even though he is injured, and you can tell he hurt. But they put up their little fantasy football stats, and if you got them on your fantasy team, congratulations. But at the end of the day, they lost the game. But let me talk about the real star of the game yesterday, the game MVP, so to speak. Yes, I'm talking about Mitchell Trubisky. Now, I've been hard on Mitch the whole season, deservingly so, because I was the same motherfucker who did a video before the season started saying that all of us Bears fans should believe in Mitch Trubisky. It was a very popular video considering my channel status, but a lot of people agreed with me. They believed in Mitch Trubisky. They saw what he did last year, and they thought, second year in, under Matt Nagy's offense, with all these talented young pieces on offense, Mitch Trubisky should take that leap to the next level, become a top 10, top 12 quarterback in this league. So I did a video professing all that. Once the season started, once they had the game against the Green Bay Packers and the offense looked like shit, Mitch Trubisky looked like shit, Matt Nagy's play calling was shit, I was like, you know what? It's all good, man. It's one game. It was disappointing, but the Bears will be back. This offense will get better. Mitch Trubisky will get better. Matt Nagy will get better. It's all good. It's going to be all right. But over the next 10 weeks, this offense was still trash, man. Yeah, they'll have moments here and there, but in the grand scheme of things, this offense was trash. Mitch Trubisky was trash. Matt Nagy's play calling was trash. This offense was trash. If you've been watching my videos, you would know that my favorite word to describe this Bears offense is trash, because that's what they've been all season. Not just me. A lot of you Bears fans, a lot of people on the radio, a lot of people on television talking about Mitch Trubisky and the regression, talking about Mitch Trubisky and why isn't he running? He is a gifted athlete. 11 weeks. That wasn't Mitch Trubisky out there. He was not staying true to himself. And I did another video where I talked about him just doing him. Just play the game. Fuck all the outside noise. Fuck the media. Fuck everybody. Just play football. Stop trying to be somebody that you are not, because you are not a pocket passing quarterback. You are not Peyton Manning. You are not Tom Brady. You are a gifted athlete who can run the football. To me, last night was one of Mitch Trubisky's greatest performances, man. I'll even put that shit up against the 6-touchdown game against Tampa Bay. Because in this game, the lights were brighter. It was a bigger game because the Bears needed to win this game. And after all the bullshit, all the criticism, and deservedly so because there was a lot of bad play. But after all of that, he went into the game last night, and he showed up, and he showed out. Like, you can see how demoralizing it is for a football team, for a defense, when you lock in every receiver down, and then you try to get to the quarterback, but the quarterback does just enough to run and get 5 yards to get a first down. The quarterback does just enough to get 7 to 8 yards and get a first down. The quarterback does just enough to move around the pocket enough and find that wide open guy for a first down. That shit is demoralizing to a defense. And that's what we saw last night. And it's so frustrating because this is what we should have been seeing all season long. Why now in week 14, after all the bullshit, all the horrible offensive play, are we seeing Mitch Trubisky run the ball? Why now? It's the same thing with the running game that everybody talked about, like I talked about. It took them forever. And they still been inconsistent with this at times, but they ran the ball over 30 times last night. David Montgomery fumbled the ball, but he gained 86 yards. He was running the tote. Mitch Trubisky was taking what he can get from this Dallas defense, and he was running the ball. But why now, when you guys have dug up such a fucking hole, that now you guys have to win out? After that Los Angeles Rams game, I was like, shit, this season is over. And don't get me wrong, mathematically, it's not over, but mathematically, it's going to be tough as fuck to get to the playoffs still. But you had to be put in that position to have to win 6 straight games to have a chance to get in the playoffs. Because there's no guarantee you'll get in the playoffs with 10 wins. Because the second place team in the NFC West, they got a spot sewn up already. Whether that's Seattle or San Francisco, that's a wild card spot gone. So there's really only one spot left. And that spot's going to either go to Green Bay or Minnesota, whoever don't win the NFC North, the LA Rams, who the Bears lost to already, or the Chicago Bears. But the Bears are on the outside looking in, and they're also on the outside looking in regards to the Rams because the Rams have that tiebreaker. They'll need the Rams to lose against Seattle this week, and they'll need the Rams to lose one of their other games along the way. And, of course, the Bears have to win out to jump them. But it took all of this, these heartbreaking-ass games. And I know the season evens itself out because the Bears could have lost that game against the Denver Broncos. Let's not forget that. So as much as I want to say they should have won that game against the Chargers when Eddie Piero jagged the field goal, or they should have won that game against the Raiders in London, they could have lost some fucking games too. They are 7-6 for a reason. But it's a shame that it had to get to this point because we are finally seeing this shit in week 14, man. We are finally seeing Mitch Trubisky utilize his legs, something that he didn't do all season long. And I still don't know what the real reason was. I don't know. I'm thinking it was because he wanted to be defiant. He wanted people to recognize him as a quarterback, a legit quarterback. But that's not how it works. You see guys every week, quarterbacks every week, if they can run the ball a little bit, they're going to run the ball. You know, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, guys like that, they're going to run the ball if they need to. They may not tuck it all the time like Lamar Jackson, but when the opportunity presents itself, they're going to run the ball. But it was good to see last night. You know, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer because I'm not. I'm happy that the Bears won. I'm a Bears fan, man. Yes, I'm a content creator, but at the end of the day, I want all my teams to win. I want all my teams to shine. Everybody. Negative videos are going to be more polarizing, right? But that's not what I do. You know, I just speak it as I see it. If the team is trash, I'm going to say they trash. If the team is good, I'm going to say they good. I'm just keeping it 100 with how the fuck I feel. I love it when my teams win. I love it when my teams ball out. But back to the Bears, man, and what they did last night. They took care of business, you know, and the offense shined. You know, Mitch Trubisky shined. Allen Robinson had a big game again. And Allen Robinson, man, he is a top 10 receiver, period. And I'm being safe when I say top 10 because this man can do it all. He can beat you up top and go get it on jump balls. He'll run in the slot for you, and he'll take a big-ass hit if he need to. We saw last night with that pass from Mitch Trubisky, which I was like, oh, shit. But then I saw Allen Robinson caught it, and I was like, oh, shit. Like, Allen Robinson's one of the most underrated players in the league, period. And every Sunday and sometimes a Monday and sometimes a Thursday and maybe even a Saturday, he goes out there and he puts forth a solid effort every single week. But just like Mitch Trubisky over the last few games, Allen Robinson, his number one receiver, has been on fire. 2 more touchdowns last night. And like I said, without even thinking, he's a top 10 receiver in the NFL. But speaking of the receivers, man, these guys have balled the fuck out. All the guys. Yards after catch has been big. After Trey Burton and Adam Shaheen went on IR, the tight ends been coming in clutch. Horsted and J.P. Holtz. Anthony Miller had a big drop at the end of the game that could have allowed the Bears to continue to milk the clock. But he had a strong touchdown at the beginning of the third quarter, collecting some of that yak. Javon Williams got injured late in the second quarter, but he's been solid in Taylor Gabriel's absence. Tariq Cohen had a few receptions. Riley really had his very first reception, losing his shoe at the same fucking time. But these guys on offense, these receivers, these are some talented fucking guys. Even the running backs. I should just put them all together, but they are all talented. But you may not have a superstar in that group, but you have a lot of really damn good players. And a really, really damn good player in Allen Robinson. But these guys have been playing well over the last couple of weeks, and it's a now or never thing. This offense was either going to be good now or never. Never this season. So, even though they have to climb out of this hole, it's good that this offense is showing life. They are showing the potential that they had coming into this season. Because this is what I expect. This is what a lot of Bears fans expected. And a lot of us didn't expect the Bears to be 7-6, fighting for their playoff lives. But with all that shit said, it feels good to mention the P word. Do I believe they're going to make the playoffs? Truthfully, honestly, no. But it's good that they're in contention. Despite how shitty the season has been, they are still fighting. And at the end of the day, that's all you want to see. You want to see your team continue to fight. You don't want to see your team throwing the white flag. You want to see them play this shit out. They may not make the playoffs, but if Mitch Trubisky continues to improve and play the way we thought he could, us Bears fans will feel a lot better going into the offseason. And that doesn't mean that the Bears shouldn't have a quarterback competition going into next season, because they should. They should draft the quarterback, and they should definitely look into the free agent market and get a backup quarterback who can actually fucking start in this league and also compete with Mitch Trubisky. But the Bears win a very important game, 31-24. Now you have 3 games left against 3 teams who have won a combined 25 games. 2 of those games are divisional games, but they're on the road. But you can only take it one game at a time, and next Sunday, the Bears will go to Lambeau Field to play their biggest rival, the Green Bay Packers. Let's see if Mitch Trubisky and his Bears offense can continue this hot streak. Whether they could or not, time will tell. But just do one thing, and that's beat the fucking Packers. I'm out. Like the video and share the video. And do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Until next time, take it easy. God bless. Peace.